I've heard this a million times. I don't have time to build my personal brand. And I honestly believe that this might sting a little, but it's a lie you're telling yourself, and it's costing you your future. It's your career in your future, the business you want to own, the life you want to lead. And I'm going to share with you some ideas on how you can stop using this "I don't have time" and start creating time. But it's not about making more time, it's about being intentional with your time. Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly Lundberg, a personal brand strategist, and I have heard every excuse about why people don't want to build their personal brand. And I don't have time is probably up there as one of the biggest excuses. So here's the brutal truth when it comes to building your personal brand. So many people get caught up in scrolling and they don't consciously think about how they can use that time wisely. Netflix, movies, distractions, getting more, trying to be more productive and getting ready, but don't actually do anything. Mentally switching between tasks. There's so many things that I've seen clients before I work with them do. And then when they do this time audit, they're like, yeah, okay, I have way more time than I actually think I do for building it. The compound effect of wasting time. When you say, I don't have time, here's the thing. It's costing you potentially career stagnation. So while you're too busy to work on your personal brand, you might have a colleague that's doing posts or being more visible, and they might get the promotion over you. I think that there's this aspect called network poverty. So when you're working harder, but you're not actually building relationships, then your network isn't growing, and that means neither are your opportunities. And then I think your expertise also becomes invisible when you use this excuse, I don't have time, because nobody knows the skills and what value you can actually bring. If your expertise isn't visible, it's like you don't exist professionally. And there's something called opportunity blindness. So this is the best opportunities don't come through a little ad that you see pop up. They come through reputation, they come through relationships, and without a personal brand, you're invisible to these opportunities. So let's kind of paint two pictures here. So you've got the no time path, and 5 years from now, you keep saying, I don't have time. I'm going to work on my personal brand when I have time, when I have time. And you're working just as hard, maybe harder than others, by the way. But here's the thing, because you're frustrated, because you're seeing other people advance that probably aren't as good as you, and opportunities are passing you by. Then you've got scenario number two, where you spend less than 15 minutes a day just building on your personal brand. And 5 years from now, you're in the industry, you're known for what you want to be known for. People reach out to you with the opportunities that you want them to reach out to you for. You've got a network, it's growing, and you love your life. And that's the goal. So the difference there between that is 12 to 15 minutes consistently. Let's just say if we do 12 minutes, I wrote down the stats because my math is not great, is 4,380 minutes over a year, 73 hours in total, less than 2 weeks worth of work spread over 12 months. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. So a couple of reasons on why they don't work. Motivation versus systems. So here's the thing. Motivation, I love being motivated, by the way, but it doesn't last. Okay, you need more than motivation to just build your personal brand. And I believe you need better systems to make them stick. I'm all about systems. I'm all about putting in great habits. You'll have seen a video that I posted earlier about the 6 micro habits that you need to watch if you want to build your personal brand. This is a really good video. If you haven't watched that, go and watch this and then come and watch this one. But here's the thing, why minutes matter, or why these 12, 15 minutes matter. So I've worked with so many people, but here's the thing, let's get really dedicated into what it is that you can create. So 1 to 2 minutes daily documentation. In the previous video, go dive into depth about what to do in the daily documentation, just one sentence, one insight every single day. Then you've got 3 to 7 minutes on strategic engagement. So that's looking for people in your industry, a couple of little posts in a couple of little comments there to share your thoughts on it. 8 to 10 minutes, one piece of content. Now that gets easier, by the way, okay? So the first time it might take a little bit longer, but to take one thing from your daily documentation and put that into a post, it doesn't take a long time. And then 11 to 12 minutes, thanking someone who helped you. Listen, that could just be a quick message on WhatsApp. It doesn't always have to be a big display on social media, because relationships are also meant to be built not always in public. They can be built behind closed doors as well. 12, 15 minutes at the most. These 4 simple actions will really compound into a powerful personal brand. You want to make it automatic. So the key to making this is what I call habit stacking. If you haven't read Atomic Habits, it's a brilliant book. And attach your personal brand habits to existing habits. So I talk a lot about my morning walk to the gym and morning walk home. It's great. I get my steps in. And from that, I also manage to do a lot of these things with personal brand, get my goals ready. But that could be while you're having your morning coffee. It could be if you're on the treadmill. It could be while you're commuting. It could be on your lunch break. It could be before you go to bed. Just find that space that you will consistently build that 12 to 15 minutes. And when you stack on new habits to existing routines, they become so much faster. So some of the results, well, there's been so many from clients. I've got clients that have consistently spent time on LinkedIn. It's resulted in speaking opportunities. I've had clients that come to networking events and then they've managed to get connections through that. And you're only one connection away from someone else who can help you or introduce you to someone. You just need to ask. The Compound Effect, by the way, that's another great book, but it is the compound effect in the gym, compound effect in the kitchen, compound effect in business, in your personal brand. It's all the consistency pieces. So here's what happens when you do it consistently. Month 1, you start getting noticed, comments increase. If you track it, by the way, we've been doing this with LinkedIn since January, and the results that we're seeing is insane, and it's keeping me so inspired, and the team, to keep going with this. We're doing it with our YouTube page. We're growing what we're getting in subscribers. We're growing what we're getting in revenue. It's all very exciting. And at month 2, industry connections will start to grow. People will start recognizing you quicker than you think, honestly. Month 3, opportunities start to present themselves. By month 6, you're known for something. Speaking opportunities come. You might get invited onto the radio, and you'll start to build your reputation in your field. And then by a year, you will be a thought leader in your industry, and opportunities will start coming to you regularly. I did some maths on this. So if you want to think about it financially, the ROI of 12 minutes, I really like this. So if you do 12 minutes daily, that's 73 hours a year. Average salary increases from a stronger personal brand, let's say 20 to 40%. So if you make 60,000 US, that's 12 to 24,000 US more per year. That's $164 to $329 per hour for your personal brand investment time. Honestly, it pays off. It really does. Name another activity that pays better than that. I want to hear it in the comments box. I do get a lot that people go, I don't know what to share. And that's where that daily documentation will really help you think about ideas, making notes on your phone. It's not about being profound or original. It's about being authentic and sharing real stories. Here's something that I learned. I solved this problem today. Notice this trend, and you know what's happening. I made this mistake, so you don't have to. Early engagement is low for everyone when they start. You're not alone in this, but the key is consistency and not immediate results. I always say that your personal brand is like a long-term savings account, and the compound interest is the consistency that you put into that. And at the end of it, when you look back on that year from when you first started and you're an expert or you're known in your field, and you go, wow, it's all these small things that I've done have contributed to this success. It's when you look backwards. Personal branding isn't about the perfect post. It's about authentic communication, online and offline, that representation in both places. And people connect with humanity, not with perfection. So keep it simple. If you really struggle with writing, write like you talk. That's you. Use short sentences. Be helpful. It's not always about, oh, I did this and it's so impressive. again, I shared in an earlier video, it's about finding those extraordinary experiences in ordinary moments that really can have an aha moment for people. So why not from this try a 30-day challenge? Build your foundations, start your documentation process, choose the Notion or your phone or an app, whatever works. Practice engaging frequently. Start posting yourself. Again, it doesn't need to be 5, 10 times a week. Just that consistently level for you, and you can build upon that. Then start getting your rhythm in and stack those habits, build connection, and track your progress. Honestly, tracking progress in everything has made such a difference in all aspects of my life. Right, I think I should do a video on that. All areas that I track and the results that I get from it, because honestly, it's outstanding. So I want you to make a commitment, not to me, but to you, that I'm going to commit to 12 minutes a day for the next 30 days. Tell me below how you got on. And if you enjoyed this content, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, those 12 minutes a day is all about helping that future version of you that's going to thank you. Good luck. And until next time, bye for now.